Alright, this is probably going to mostly be watching paint dry, but I'm one of the students here has a Floyd Rose, needs new strings. It's one of those Dimebag Darrow looking guitars. And let's look. So first big huge problem with this. What do you see? This is a huge pet peeve of mine. Nowhere on this guitar are the Allen wrenches you need to actually change strings or whatever. I always say you'll always see these guys. They'll have like one of the fine tuners all the way smashed down. Like he's got a bunch of them like that because they don't carry their fine tuners around, or they don't have any way to unlock their bridge. So they sit there and just mess with the fine tuners. Pretty soon everything's just out of tune completely, and you have to have your key. Floyd Rose makes this one right here. It won't work on a Floyd Pro because of how it fits in the back. It'll work on this kind of original Floyd Rose just fine. Otherwise, like if you do have a Floyd Pro and you don't mind putting a screw in your guitar, there's this type that holds your Allen wrenches. That's real handy to me. So I'm gonna, I ordered 2 of these ones from Floyd Rose, so I'm just gonna give them this one. There's no excuse not to have your Allen wrench handy. If you're gonna play a Floyd Rose, have your Allen wrench on you at all times. Not in your case where you can't get to it. In fact, let's see if he even has it in his case. He does have it in his case. I don't see his bar. Where's his bar? I don't see his bar in here at all. This is lame. I almost don't want to do this for him. You're not going to take the time to even have your bar out? I mean, come on, man. It's a good thing I just changed to a push-in bar the other day, so I've got a spare bar sitting here. But I shouldn't have to. Where's your bar, dude? Alright, so I'm going to... Don't let me forget that I have my bar on his tremolo. It's going to make me very upset. What a meathead. Alright, so there we go. So, there's all this wisdom about, if it's on a Floyd, don't change all the strings at the same time. But it really doesn't make any difference because if he had this set up right, then it's just going to go right back to as long as you're using the same kind of strings, it's just going to go right back to where it was. So it should be fine, right? But chances are he never had this set up right. So, now I can't find the bar, that he doesn't have Allen wrenches, I'm kind of upset. I'm just gonna clip these. The one everybody says don't do? Watch, I'm gonna clip them all. Oh no, I just broke the guitar. So there we go. So I'm just gonna block this. I'm gonna use a pen for now. Actually, I don't want to give up my good pen. I'm just gonna block this with a little piece of foam. This isn't great. Use something a little bit stiffer, but that'll do for now. Just gonna take out all the pieces. Yeah, really wish you would have brought your bar, dude. Come on, man. I do a lot for these twerples, but some of it you just can't. Oh man, I see a string stuck in here. Okay, so I just pulled them all at once. This is a pretty handy little piece. Yeah, I'm bummed that it doesn't work with my Floyd Pro. But it'll, of course, it'll unlock the nut. So I'm just unlocking the nut here. So I'll pull all the Monopoly houses off for now. I really wish I had more of a proper tech bench, but this is a lot better than I had before. So, in fact, if you want to take a look, this is my this is just my desk. So, I wonder, I might be able to get a better angle on here. Let's see. this is just strong so badly. Ouch. I will zoom out and show some of the string and stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, yeah, should I just zoom way out here? Let me move some more of my stuff. Ugh. I'm gonna make it so you can see this headstock. Let me move this a little bit. Mike's kind of in the way of the perfect shot here, but make sure you can see the what I'm gonna do. So that I don't mess up. I'm just gonna put them all through at once. And you know, I don't really know on this 3-on-3. Did I just is it the outside? Uh-oh. Yeah, you know what, I better look this up. Okay. Not sure which way you route these. I don't really use this kind of 3x3 string routing. What do you call it? 3x3, 3 on the side. On a string guitar, headstock. What do you call that? Yeah, so the inner is the lowest one. Okay, okay. Let me stop messing around with that. Okay, so I put these through and I put the Monopoly houses back on before anything else so that I don't end up messing up and kind of folding between them or anything. So I'm putting the ball end, I'm just leaving the ball end on. Are you done already?
Yes.
How are you done so fast?
Half an hour.
Seriously?
You like blink and it's over.
Okay. So I'm leaving the ball end on this side. I'll cut that off. You know, back in the day when I had Spurzels, I would always just leave them on and I'd wind them up because I could always just pull it right back through. So here comes, and put the D string on. The trouble on here is not going to be stringing this thing. It's going to be finding where that floating point is. I have a feeling this guy's been messing this up a long time. I can kind of be sure of it. G. B. 11. Wow. Okay. Well, he's playing a half step down, so. That's a whole nother pet peeve of mine, is that kind of reading junk in the magazines. It's not even true. Okay, so once I have these through, so that things don't end up getting messed up, like I said, see how I already got this one folded over? That would really mess things up, right? So as soon as I got these guys in, I'm going to start putting the Monopoly houses back on.
Somebody's in the bathroom forever. I give up.
Use the other one.
No, it's okay. I don't have to go that bad. I have to go anyway soon.
No.
Can I get the hand sanitizer? what you taught me? You made me add a kick drum to that, and of course it fucks me up completely.
So is that kick snare, kick kick snare, kick snare, kick kick snare?
It's a kick snare, no, kick snare. Okay, it's the kick snare, no, kick snare, kick snare.
Yeah. So kick snare, kick kick snare, or is it the other one?
It's a kick snare, kick snare, kick snare.
What?
Kick snare, kick
Yeah.
snare.
Kick snare, kick kick snare, kick
No, it's
snare,
it's the quarter note in the second one.
kick snare,
Kick,
kick kick snare.
kick snare, kick snare.
Oh, like the rap beat. Kick snare, kick kick snare, kick snare,
Something,
kick.
yeah. But he said I did good.
Oh, good. Well, I'm proud of you.
It's very challenging. I think it'll prevent me from getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Or else
Last two here. Like I said, I'm gonna put the Monopoly houses on early. So now, let's see. These particular strings don't have that extra on them, so I don't need to cut them first. I'm just going to start putting them in. And then this is a really important part. Make sure these things are really in the center. A lot of your problems for not only popping out of the string, but staying in tune have to do with these things not being in the center. So I'm gonna put them both in, just hand tighten, and then I'm gonna lock them with the Allen wrench in a second here. Okay. Now my eyes are going bad, so it's kind of hard for me to see. I thought I bought some really stronger glasses. I don't know where I put them, so we'll deal with that in a second. I'm just gonna crank this down, and this looks like a real Floyd Rose, or a Floyd Rose original or whatever. So it's going to have the steel saddles in them, so I don't have to worry about them breaking that much. I'm going to show you a trick in a second as soon as I got these all through. So I'm just going to put D and G in now. And like I say, I think the real trouble with this is going to be finding that float spot. Make sure you hit the bottom of these things. Sometimes I'm feeling a little funny with this one. So that's that. I'll lock these two down. I like having this little one. You probably can't tighten it too much. You still could probably break the zinc saddles on, unfortunately. So I get two more strings here. These are the ones that really want to wiggle around. So thankfully he's playing 11, so it's probably going to be stuck in there pretty good. I play 8s, so you know. This one feels a little loose. I wonder if this block is bad. Let's see. Okay, all the strings are in. I wish I had some more light over there. Just really need to move some stuff, actually. My RME remote here is in the way. Let me just move some more junk. Yeah, I do. Yeah, if somebody wants to send me one of those neck cradles, I'd be happy to have it. I'll tell you that. I'd love to have that, actually. Okay, so I don't know which end I should start on. This isn't exactly perfect, but there we go. Okay. So what I like to do, kind of put my hand about there, and then for these, this is how I'm spacing my strings. So this isn't going to come out perfect. I don't know how to get the perfect wind every time, but in general, you know what the guys usually say, go 2 string lengths past, which is about the same as I just did. In fact, so if we do that, we go 2 string lengths past, or sorry, 2 tuner lengths past, and I'm just going to twist this. Okay, so I'm going to keep some tension on here. Let's see, am I going to use a string winder? Do I have a string winder? I just had a string winder. What did I do with the string winder? Oh, I've got millions of these things laying around. Oh, here we go. So let's start twisting this. And this one I'm gonna wind the string towards the inside, and I'm gonna keep some pressure right here on the string so that it winds down every time it goes around. Yeah, see, I'm not all that sure that two was gonna be enough. Let me plug this into a tuner now as well. Make sure we can see a tuner. I'm not sure that's enough winding. I'm going to put a lot more pitch on this later. I'm just going to get these through for the time being. Okay, so B string, I'm going to do the same thing. Ooh, I put the wrong. There we go. So I'm going to go with my tried and true hand underneath it. I think that this just wasn't enough with the other one. Okay, so bend it. And again, I'm going to wind it towards the inside. I'm going to make sure that it winds down. So each winding of the string as it goes around is going to go underneath the last one. It's kind of hard to see, but there we go. So this one's going to get a lot more winding. I don't think I like the idea of the two tuners passed. It worked on the bass guitar okay. I don't think it's working on the electric guitar, regular guitar. And that's going to get these near. Okay, now the G. Again, push it down so it winds underneath. Oh, and while I'm doing this, let me show you something. Take something nice and rubber and just stomp these guys down. See how this one's kind of up? Just make it flat. So you're making the curve. So you already have the curve ahead of time. Otherwise, it'll still make this curve, but if it happens later on, you're going to be chasing it. So to me, it's easier just to hit these. Sorry if you can't see that. I'm hitting the saddle down with just a little piece of rubber. I'm barely tapping it. If you have a rubber hammer, that even might be too much. So you don't really need to put much in there. But having that bend already decided will get you to stay in tune a lot sooner than if you just keep cranking on it over and over again. I don't like the downward. I think this guitar should have a string tree. This is not quite going the way you'd want it to. Okay. I wonder, I'm not gonna block it so hard. Yeah, that was a little bit dumb of me. All right. Okay, so here's the D string. You're gonna want to wind on the inside of this. A string. Yeah, I don't like the way this thing's winding at all. Okay, so I don't know if he plays in drop. I think he plays in standard, just a half step down. So I have to make this one D sharp. Bending it. And you know, the reason I'm putting that bend, it just makes it easier for the string not to slip out at the beginning. Yeah, I really don't like the way these strings route here. Let's see. I'm having a lot of trouble winding them down below themselves. Okay, so all the strings are in. Now, I'll pull this out, see where this thing ends up sitting. So, for now, I'm just going to be doing a lot of tuning. See if I can make that. If this is any help. Basically, I'm gonna keep flopping the bar. So I'm gonna dribble the strings pretty loud, pretty high. So I really want to stretch them. And what I want to happen so I'm gonna tune up a whole pitch above where it's supposed to be so that it stretches as well. So in this case it'd be E sharp, right? So it should be F. And I'll drop it back down. So it'll be the same with B. Sitting pretty flat right here. I don't know if you can see that. This is about where I want to see it. So this might actually be in the ballpark. Let's see. As flat as I expect it to be. I don't know if you can see that. back up now. Cutter time. Back any, I might tighten the springs a little bit. In fact, this is kind of, if I'm looking at it parallel with the neck, it's forward. I might go on that, tighten the springs. I'm just going to give it a tiny little turn here. If I knew where my screwdriver was, where did I just put it? Should be in here. I might have left it out in the other room. Grab another one. So just gonna tighten these treble. See, this thing's got like way offset. I'm not sure what that's about. In fact, let's just fix that now. It'll be a little bit of a pain, but. See where this puts everything. So add a little bit of tension here.